Hey everyone, SimFarmer here and welcome back to Mars the Mission for the next episode in this series. So today we've got our field of oats to harvest, which is just in front of us, and then to the right of that we've got our field of sorghum. We'll also then be getting those fields replanted with the next crops, and we've got some other jobs we can be doing as well. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so our first job for today will be to harvest the field of sorghum. I nearly said two fields then, I forgot we've combined all the fields. So we've got far less fields now. So yeah, we'll do the sorghum first and then we can get a worker doing the oats, and while the worker harvests the oats we can then follow with the baler to bale up the straw. I think actually, no, we'll pick up some of the straw with the forage wagon to start with. And then we can top up the two pig sheds with straw for bedding. We will need to build a manure pit for those, just so we can then start getting some manure from the pigs as well. I did also have to add a second manure pit to the cow sheds. One thing I didn't realise is when I put the initial manure pit down to get manure from the cows, I didn't realise it only connected to the one cow shed. So we've only been getting half the amount of manure we should have been getting. So I've had to add a second one because I couldn't find a place to fit one in between that wasn't in the way to pick up both sheds. So we've got two separate ones in there now, so that cost us a little bit more money. But we are now getting manure from both cow sheds. So we may have to do the same for the pigs, I'm not sure, because they are quite far apart in the dome, so not sure if one will pick up. So we'll have to see, but that is something I have actually done. So yeah, let's get on with harvesting the sorghum. Which we'll use for... can't remember if we was using the sorghum. I think chicken feed mostly. So we'll probably use some to top up the chickens if they need any. And then we'll put the rest into the farm silo. We'll use one load of oats possibly for the grey mill so that can continue producing flour, and the rest of that one then can go in the silo as well towards our target for the 6 individual crops at 800,000 litres. Okay, so trailer's 95% full. We'll use some of this sorghum to top up the 2 chicken sheds, as they are about 50% full on their feed. And then the rest we'll put into the farm silo while the worker continues harvesting that field. And then once that field's finished, we'll get the worker swapped over to doing the oats. And then we'll get another worker to start replanting the sorghum field with the next crop. And then we can follow the harvester along, baling up the straw. Okay, so that's all the sorghum done. So currently we have 225,146 litres in the silo, plus now what's in the trailer. So I'm going to get the work started on the oats. Just remember to turn on the straw swath. Don't want to be wasting any straw. We'll go and unload the trailer then into the silo. Probably come back and unload the combine, make sure the straw swath's been dropped, and then we'll go and get the New Holland tractor with the seed drill and get a work started on this field, putting in oats. I think I'm going to swap the fields over for the next harvest, so we'll put oats into this one, and then we'll do the 3 fields we combined that currently have oats in as sorghum. So this should take us up to what, 245,000 litres of sorghum, so we are getting there with the sorghum, and they are a very nice fast growing crop, so we can get multiple harvests each year from the sorghum, so it won't take us too long. But yeah, definitely could do with a new combine. And I think I'm going to do the same as we did previously, so next time these fields require lime, I may look to extend them out a little bit more if possible in some areas. I think there's a few fields we could potentially extend at the ends a little bit, but I don't want to join too many fields together and have like fewer fields. I'd rather keep more individual fields so we can have different crops growing at different times, rather than having to wait around for one huge field of one crop to be ready. Okay, so this is the last of the straw to sell from the oat field. I finished filling up the pig sheds with their straw, and then we'd already topped up the cow sheds, and the feed mixers didn't need topping up, so I decided that we'd best off just selling the rest of the straw to get a little bit of extra money in. That'll help cover worker costs and diesel and stuff like that. So that field is pretty much all done. The workers just finishing the last strip now of replanting, well, planting the sorghum in that field. So that job will be done. So we've got the oats that we'll put into the silo. The grain mill is currently out of oats, but the bakery still has like 15,000 litres of flour, so that should last a bit. So there's no rush to top up that just yet. So we'll put the rest of it all into the silo. And I think that is pretty much all we can do now for April. So we'll get this into the silo. We'll probably rest up for a month or two. And then we'll come back in a few months' time when possibly the corn may be ready to harvest, or the sunflowers. The grass will definitely be ready to cut again, so we could possibly look at getting that cut for some hay, which I think will be the thing we'll need next, the most out of hay and silage, as we still have all the silage bales for the cow shed that we did last time. Okay, so we're now into July of year 3. So I've skipped a couple of months. I got the sorghum and oats fields fertilized. I also topped up the cow sheds with silage bales, so they're fully topped up. Looking at the animals and the animal feed, we don't need any hay at the moment. Both the cow sheds are full, and also all 3 sheep pens are full of hay. We've still got some hay bales left over as well from the last time we did hay bales. So yeah, plenty of hay. So what we're going to do for July is to cut the grass field. We'll do silage bales again, which we'll sell. As I said, we don't need any currently, so that will give us a nice big cash boost when they're ready in a few months time, which will probably be around about the same time the corn is ready, the cotton is ready to harvest again, which is still a few months out. So that will give us a really nice big cash boost that month. So we'll have the extra cotton, so we'll get a little bit more cotton off the field now we've extended it a little bit. I don't think we're going to get a huge amount more, but we will get 3 full modules plus a partial one, so it should give us a bit more money. Plus we'll get a lot more silage bales off the grass now we've extended the grass field as well and joined those two together. So yeah, that'll be our next job, and probably the job that will finish off this video, and then we'll probably skip through to next month where the oat, sorghum, and I think the corn will be ready to harvest. So we'll have 3 fields ready to harvest and replant and get a bit more progress. So we have actually completed the first object of our challenge, which is the chickens. We are now up to 720 chickens, so both chicken pens are now completely full. Now we do have quite a lot of pallets of eggs as well to sell. We've got some sunflower oil to sell, we've got loads of pallets of bread and a few pallets of fabric. So yeah, we should hopefully get a nice amount of money, which might possibly give us enough to upgrade our combine. So yeah, next job we'll probably do what we did last time when we did the grass. I'll get a worker to mow, then another worker to follow with the rake, and then we'll bale up and wrap the bales with the third tractor. Okay, so that is the grass all cut, raked up, baled and bales wrapped. So we got 86 bales in total, which I'm pretty sure we had around about 56 did we have previously from the 2 fields in total. It's difficult to remember exactly how many we had. I'm sure we had around about 56, so there's about an extra 30 bales I think in total from having those fields joined together and also extended a little bit. That gives us a bit more silage when we come to sell those bales once they're fermented. So next we'll get them moved off the field and over by the sell point, so they're ready just to be sold as soon as they're fermented. And we'll also get some fertilizer on the grass field, so that's fully fertilized then for the next cut. Okay, so that is the grass fully fertilized, ready for the next cut. And I think that'll wrap us up for this month. So I'm probably going to skip through to July, August, so possibly September, maybe October. Now that should then mean we've got plenty of work to do with the fields harvested. I may look at topping up the oil mill, as that's run out of sunflowers now. So that's stopped production, so we can get some more pallets. And I think the grain mill is going to need topping up because the bakery is going to start running low of flour. So I may put a little bit more oats into the grain mill, a bit more sunflowers into the oil mill, as we should have the other field sunflowers ready to harvest next time. The problem I've got, or the problem we will have, is the oil mill gets through the sunflowers pretty quick. So if we were to continue keeping that running, I don't think we'd be able to grow crops quick enough and also build up a surplus in the silo of sunflowers. So it's just going to have to be as and when we've got a little bit of excess, we can just put a bit in to keep that running just to get a little bit of production from it so we can get a bit of extra money. And I've been having to think of as well about what to do in terms of buying a new combine. I think it would be really nice to get a larger combine. It would be great and obviously help us work our fields a little bit quicker, but I don't think it's essential that we do get one, because we've got one that works perfectly fine. It's just obviously a bit on the small side. So I think I'm going to use the money we make instead to invest in a tailor shop, because we're getting far more wool now, which means we can produce more fabric, so we can start producing clothing, which obviously sells for a lot more money. And I'm thinking about getting the dairy as well, so we can start using the milk from the cows to produce cheese, which will give us another source of income. And any money we've got left, then I may look at getting some or a couple of beehives, the large beehives in, so they can start producing honey as well, which we can then sell to make a little bit of money from those. I think we need 20 in total to meet the target for the challenge, and I think they're around about 20,000 each, so that's going to cost a lot of money in the long term, but if we can get a couple in to start with, at least then we're going to get a little bit of money back from those earlier. And then we can always get a combine in the future. I say at the moment the only thing a new combine is going to do is save us time. It's not going to help us make any more money, so I think we're probably better off holding off that for a little bit. And we could also possibly look at getting some more greenhouses, because they're just passive income. All we need to do is add water to those. They don't generate a huge amount, and they do take a few in-game years to pay for themselves, especially the large greenhouses, but that will give us that a bit of extra passive income as well. So yeah, plenty to think about and plenty to do. So we will leave it there for this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, then please do consider subscribing. I have more Farm Simulator 22 content coming up with this series, the Iowa Plains View series, and also the live streams as well. So again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.